And now it gives me great pleasure to introduce to you the CFPC National Past Presidents joining us on stage today. Les anciens présidents nationaux sont les témoins officiels de l'installation du nouveau président du Collège des médecins de famille du Canada pour 2014-2015, le Dr. Gary Mazoita. Thank you all for being with us today. So I will name each of these individuals, ask them to rise, and ask you to hold your applause until they have all been introduced. Dr. Reg L. Perkin, past president 1981-1982. Dr. Don Butt, 1985-1986. Le Dr. Roch Bernier, 1988-1989. Dr. Brian Hennon, 1989-1990. Dr. Stephen Hart, 1990-1991. Dr. Jamie Boyd, 1991-1992. Dr. Sherry Bethune, 1996-1997. Dr. Nick Busing, 1997-1998. Dr. Dawn Gellhorn, 2000-2001. Dr. Dominique Tessier, 2001-2002. Dr. Peter McKean, 2002-2003. Dr. Rob Waddell, 2003-2004. Dr. Alain Pavillanis, 2004-2005. Dr. Louise Naismith, 2005-2006. Dr. Tom Bailey, 2006-2007. Dr. Ruth Wilson, 2007-2008. Dr. Sarah Credenzer, 2008-2009. Dr. Kathy McLean, 2009-2010. Dr. Rob Boulay, 2010-2011. Dr. Sandy Buckman, 2011-2012. Et Dr. Marie-Dominique Beaulieu, 2012-2013. I'll ask the other people we've invited to rise, and I'd ask you to acknowledge this platform party. You're supposed to rise. J'invite maintenant le Dr. Cathy Lawrence, présidente du Collège des médecins de famille du Canada, à prononcer l'allocution sur l'état du Collège.
I promised I'd get the right speech out. So, good morning. I have to tell you I'm feeling a little bit giddy. This is kind of a big day and very exciting, and I know that I just wanted to say thank you so very much to Danielle. I thought that was incredibly inspiring, and as I listened to it, it really resonated for me in so many of the things that I've been able to see and reflect on over the last year. So thank you for that inspiration, and I hope we all can individually take up your challenge. I'd like to begin by thanking all of you for one of the best years of my professional life. Being president of the CFPC is no small undertaking, but the load is lessened by the support of staff and the appreciation that I stand before 31,000 members. So much has changed in the last 6 decades since the college was founded. In 1954, the CFPC had 400 registered founding members. In 1996, the first 2 residency programs were established at the University of Calgary and the University of Western Ontario. Interestingly enough, these programs took 3 years to complete, and graduates were then qualified to sit the first certification examination, which was held in 1969 and was attended by 13 candidates. This year, we've increased that number by close to 1,000-fold. In order to meet our mandate, support our members, and continue to be the voice of family medicine in Canada, we underwent a capacity review and reorganized staff to ensure we were effectively meeting our objectives. In addition, our governance review has sought to improve board function and allow for more opportunities for engagement through other meetings. Through the 2012 strategic plan, we are focusing resources to implement a number of activities over 7 thematic areas: continuing comprehensive care, maintaining competence, engaging members, organizational capacity, supporting optimal practice, research, and health policy. Dr. Lemire spoke yesterday in greater depth about the activities that fall under each of these themes. From my view as president, not only can I assure you that a tremendous amount of work is being done to position the CFPC for the future, but also that everything is managed with a prudent eye on finite resources. In 2013, the CFPC conducted a marketing audit with the intent to confirm what is effective and what needs to be changed to support the college in achieving these strategic goals and objectives. What came from that audit offers us encouragement and gives direction in areas that need further attention. 4 of our core programs were seen as relevant by most respondents: continuing professional development, Main Pro, accreditation, and the CCFP designation were all seen as valuable. However, while generally well received, we have some room to grow on other fronts where the CFPC is active. In areas such as government relations, our position papers, national honors and awards, and national media relations, 1/3 of respondents did not feel they knew enough to offer an opinion about the college's activities. We clearly need to do a better job of outreach and external communication to demonstrate that the value of membership extends beyond the college's core services. There were a few other items that I think defined 2014. The work we've been doing to get Main Pro Plus ready for 2015. The goal of this program is to make it more dynamic and interactive, and to stimulate practice improvement through commitment to lifelong learning. The communities of practice committees are evolving and starting to work together. We have seen the benefits of this in some of the sessions here at FMF, where various program committees have come together with their expertise to talk about broader and important issues, and also with the medical marijuana document that was released to all of us in September. On the other front, more medical students are selecting family medicine as their first choice. The 2014 CARMS match indicated that over 37% chose family medicine first. This was a new record for us. Encouraging students to pursue careers in family medicine was one of the most rewarding things that I had the opportunity to do as I traveled across the country this year. And I would encourage you all to share in this work. Talk about your passion, your patience, and your love for what you do every day, because that's truly what helps people understand why this is such a wonderful discipline to be a part of. This past year also saw greater efforts to bring the CFPC and its chapters closer together. The chapter symposium delved into leadership instruction and encouraged chapter leaders to continue to guide the patient's medical home vision across Canada. And in speaking of the patient's medical home, we are delighted that this vision for family practice continues to gain momentum across the country. From municipalities in British Columbia to the provincial governments of Manitoba, Alberta, Quebec, and Newfoundland and Labrador, to partner organizations in Nova Scotia and PMI, the concepts held within the PMH are being embraced as a better model for patient care. One of the highlights of being president of the CFPC is witnessing the impact we make on national policy and the political scene. Over the year, we met with government officials and members of Parliament and the Senate on a variety of issues. And as Francine pointed out, along this line, we are concluding this year with an extension of our campaign focused on the role of the federal government in healthcare. Last year, our report card graded that involvement, and the picture could look a lot better, so we've given them a roadmap. Our Red to Green report helps guide all politicians and decision makers at the federal government level to take 2 indicators, home care and child and youth health, that were marked as red, meaning no government involvement, to green, meaning full engagement by the federal government. Copies of our Red to Green report are available on the website, and our press conference to launch this report was held on November 12th. So over the year, I've traveled to almost every chapter, and I've been welcomed at their meetings, conferences, and celebrations. Through this, I've been able to better understand some of the issues facing family physicians across this country, and how they are finding solutions to address these challenges in their communities. I've met with teachers and educators who are working in large and small communities to ensure our graduates have the competencies they need to serve future patients. I've attended meetings with researchers and seen some of the wonderful work that they are doing to help us better understand our discipline and to advocate for more support at the provincial, national, and international level to achieve this. As part of my travels, I have also had an opportunity to talk to many individual family physicians, urban and rural family physicians, providing a basket of services to their patients in their family practices, as well as those who have chosen or been led by their community to add to or focus their practices on a particular facet of family medicine. What all these conversations highlighted for me was how our context shifts, how we use our skills to meet the needs of the population we serve, be it based on geography, a particular clinical focus, or other factors. I've also been able to see the bond that unites us and underlies all of what we do. Our common commitment to the patient and attention to them as a whole person. A generalist approach that allows us to address the undifferentiated problem, accept ambiguity, and manage uncertainty. An appreciation for the patient as part of a family system and a community member that influences them and that they influence. An appreciation for the role that a family, however it is constituted, plays in the health of the patient. And finally, a recognition of the importance of continuity to the long-term health of a patient. Throughout the year, I've had the opportunity to work with a group of incredible, committed individuals who are working to support all of these family physicians. I would like to thank them on your behalf. I consider them not just colleagues, but friends, and I will miss them. In my remarks at FMF last year, and in one of my president's messages, I spoke about tipping the scales for the better of our patients. I imagine it will take the rest of my career to see the full impact of some of what we were doing today on the medical profession and the health of our patients. But I hope that over the last year, the work that I have done on your behalf will help to tip these scales in the right direction. I'm looking forward to taking back what I have learned and all these wonderful ideas shared with me to my practice and my patients, so that I can continue to work to tip the scales at an individual level as well. As I close, I want to say thank you again to my patients and colleagues in Saskatchewan, as well as to my family for donating me to the college for this past year. I hope you know how profoundly grateful I am for having had this opportunity to serve you all. As I step out of this role, I know I am leaving you in very capable hands and looking forward to supporting Dr. Mazawida as he takes up the role as president today. Thank you all once again for your support this year, and my best wishes to all of you for the future.
Thank you, Dr. Lawrence. I think I'd like to also acknowledge members of Kathy's family, so her parents and Jess, her daughter, 7 years old, who are in the room. And so, Jess, I want to thank you for lending us your mom for the past year. I know there were some difficult moments as part of this, so, but I assure you that her time was well utilized. And of course, I want to thank Kathy's parents for taking such good care of Jess and enabling Kathy to be able to do her job as president without too much worry. So thank you very much. So now we will be proceeding to the president's installation. Dr. Lawrence?
And now, as my final duty, it is my honor and privilege to officially install my successor, Dr. Gary Mazawida of Vancouver, British Columbia, as the 2014-2015 president of the College of Family Physicians of Canada. I ask Dr. Mazawida to rise. Dr. Mazawida, 1 year ago, you were chosen president-elect, and by virtue of the bylaws, you are about to assume the presidency, the highest office in the College of Family Physicians of Canada. With your agreement to assume this office, do you accept the trust your peers have placed in you to become the leader and main spokesperson for the College of Family Physicians of Canada?
I do.
And Dr. Mazawida, as our college president, do you agree to commit to carrying out your official duties and upholding the dignity and principles of this office, but serving our college, its chapters, our members, and the specialty of family medicine with professionalism and honor? As I pass to you this presidential medal, this symbol of office for the ensuing year, I know you will wear it with pride, honor, and humility. At the close of your term, you will pass it on to your successor as a symbol of progress, loyalty, and devotion to the principles of the College of Family Physicians of Canada.
Mesdames et Messieurs, the 61st President of the College of Family Physicians of Canada, Dr. Gary Mazuita.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. As my first order of business, it's my very great pleasure to present the past President's Pin to Dr. Kathy Lawrence for her tireless efforts and her huge leadership. And on a very personal note, I want to extend my hopes that the Saskatchewan Roughriders win the Grey Cup, Kathy. Oops. Oh, thank you. Thanks, Francine. Thank you. Chers collègues, invités, parents et amis, Jill, Eleanor, Alex, Katie, Magnus, je souhaite remercier très chaleureusement nos excellents hôtes du Québec de leur hospitalité et de réitérer comment c'est agréable de se réunir ici dans cette belle province. Welcome, everyone. We're in a period of change, and really it's a confluence of societal, generational, demographic factors, and it's complicated by political and economic forces. Our own discipline of family medicine is not sheltered from these forces, and our members in our college are impacted. Now more than ever, we must get right our discipline scope and our educational goals. We must revisit and reinvent carefully, but preserve and strengthen wisely. We must be clear what we stand for, who we are, and we must be skilled at what we do. The system imperatives facing us will continue to include the expectations of highly skilled care provision, comprehensiveness, continuity, access, and integration within the broader healthcare system. Quality of care will be an expectation. Our value, which will be defined by our patients and society, must continue to be high. Fortunately, our college is in the enviable position of having members and staff committed to services that Canadians want and need based on values that Canadians hold. We own our educational standards, and we can revisit and refresh them. We can define, design, and validate our CPD requirements. We can test and evaluate through research. We have the ear of government. Importantly, we are unencumbered by self-interest and truly driven by the needs and goals of our patients, both individually and organizationally. The relationships we have built and nurtured with our patients and communities help inform us. A large part of the value we bring as family doctors relates to the notion of family. It's relevant not only to our clinical work, but to our own college. We're a family of colleagues, but the shape of our family, as with all families over time, has evolved. Our family still includes many members who do it all, but increasingly includes members who have focused or part-time or varied practices, members who have gravitated to administration or research, and of course, many members who teach. Within our family, the line between academic family medicine and community-based family physician teaching is increasingly blurred as training sites reach farther afield. Differences in urban and rural practice realities create further pressures that serve to reshape our family. If Canadians are to know what to expect when they see a family doctor and society is to value us, we must pay close attention to understanding, respecting, and reconciling this complex environment and competing demands. This is a formidable challenge. I would submit that success will be dependent on setting our point of equilibrium at our core, which must remain one of excellent clinical care that is comprehensive and continuous and relevant to practice populations and communities. Only then can we expect to deliver to Canadians a high quality and valued basket of integrated services in all communities, regardless of size and location, while at the same time respecting and supporting member interest and scope. The good news is that success will be dependent on our ability to engage in meaningful relationships within and without our college. This is something we're good at, both from the perspective of what motivated us to become family doctors in the first instance and our training. Our newly approved governance changes, MainPro Plus, CCC, PMH, will be important tools in our journey. There undoubtedly are or will be many others. But we more than ever need the collective wisdom of our members. I thank our members for their confidence and the CFPC staff for their tireless commitment to the journey we are on. I look forward to working and meeting with many of you and hearing ideas from all of you. Merci, thank you.